Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Start Fishing. I know it's been a long time since I posted a video, but as I shared with you on the YouTube channel, my family and I are in the process of moving to Savannah, Georgia. And with all that work that we've been doing on our house and securing jobs, the fishing channel has taken a backseat to a whole bunch of other responsibilities. But we did get to take our yearly family vacation in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Today, I'm chauffeuring a group of family members out to what's called the Vanishing Island. It's not really an island, it's more of a sandbar, and it appears at low tide at the mouth of the Calabogie Sound. I hope I pronounced that correctly. If you're from South Carolina, please let me know the proper pronunciation if I got it wrong. Now, this sandbar is accessible from boat, and on particularly low tides, one can even walk out to it from Defusky Island. If you're ever in the area, I highly recommend visiting. It's not uncommon to find starfish, sand dollars, and a host of other wildlife that you might not see on the regular beach. There's also something really cool about being on dry land but offshore. There are numerous charters who bring groups out to the Vanishing Island on a daily basis depending on the tides, so there's plenty of opportunity to tap into this. Here's the area on a map. Now my plan is to drop them off, and then I'm going to back off into about 25 feet of water on the edge of the channel and fish for shark or whatever will hit fresh cut bait. So if you look directly behind the boat, here you can actually see a group of people out there that look like they're walking on water. That's my family along with some other groups that have arrived. There really wasn't much of a low tide on this particular day, so there's not a lot of sand available for them to walk on, but it's very, very shallow, and most of it's all ankle deep. Now I'm fishing only with one pole because the action up to this point has been so fast that I really couldn't maintain two out in the water at the same time. My rig consists of 20-pound braided line, but I have a 60-pound monofilament leader that's attached to a 3/0 circle hook. Now, I learned on my very first cast how important it was to loosen the drag enough so that the fish can actually just run with it. My first bite, it hit so hard and so quick, it just literally popped the line immediately. Hey, there's a fish. So I backed off on the drag, and that way when the fish hits, it can just simply run with it, and then I'll tighten that drag up and the circle hook will then do its work. Man, I thought stripers were hard hitters, but with the initial burst of speed, you can see why having your drag set correctly is really important. Fresh cut bait goes a long way in assuring that most of the bites that you get are actually sharks and possibly sometimes redfish. Squid and shrimp both work fine, but I think the possibility of catching a stingray goes up when you're using thawed bait that's been frozen, and it just has more of a tendency to pick up junk fish. Personally, I want to do whatever I can to avoid catching one of those stingrays. Now, it's not a huge shark, but man, do they fight hard.
Uh-oh. I think I bent that hook. Maybe not. It's about 34 inches long.
Oh, there's shark number 2. Now, all of the sharks that I caught on this particular day were over 35 inches long. I believe that they're what's called an Atlantic sharp nose, and they're actually quite good to eat. These are 2 of probably about a total of 5 that I caught in less than an hour and a half, and I also had my line broke multiple times. That actually reminds me, it might seem like a pain, but you're better off to retie your hook after each hookup with a shark. Even with the circle hook, kind of hooking them in the corner of the mouth, they still have a tendency to leave abrasions on the line. And unless you want your line broke on the next cast, it's just easier to go ahead and retie that hook and get some fresh line up there by the eyelet. Well, there you go. That's all I decided to share due to the lack of time on my end. Our new home is in Port Wentworth, Georgia, and I will be literally 3 minutes from the boat ramp. I'm really excited about the prospect of still fishing the Savannah River, but I'll be able to explore both fresh and saltwater species. So it's pretty cool. I'm also already started working on attaining my captain's license with the hope of being able to take folks out on charters. So more information on that in the future. Hey, listen, thanks for joining me. My next video will probably be after we make the move. So take care, everyone, and remember, if you see me out on the water, be sure to stop and say hello.